Hey all, Hiba here. So I'm going to probably put up a few videos today because I have so many requests from people asking me to play Des Moines with different commanders, and this should be the last one. This is Azur Lane Baltimore, the premium commander I'm running on this in this game here basically. So I'm fresh out of a few hours of division games with Aaron and Peak, where we also tried out like triple Des Moines divisions and stuff like that. And I'm starting to like the ship better now, but it's still not something I'll be playing a lot by my own. I'm pretty sure of that. And my favorite commander is still the Azur Lane Montpellier commander with a anti-dispersion build. But let's just have a look at the Azur Lane Baltimore build I'm running here in this battle here, just to test out the commander. So obviously Azur Lane Baltimore is the commander. There's no real big surprise there, is there? And premium commander, she was in Azur Lane Wave 2, I believe. And Mimbelli for faster reload, Kuznetsov for more range, and then we have Beyond Range, Igniter, Absolute Ammunition, which is her special skill. Apparently it should lower overpens, meaning that your fuse is, faster, so the shell is more likely to detonate inside a ship. And that's what I wanted to test in this battle here, and I don't really think that this commander is the one to use on Des Moines. I like Azur Lane Baltimore on Alaska because I think the overpen problem is more prevalent there. Des Moines, the shell velocity is pretty slow already, so if you are aiming right, you're usually getting that citadel. You don't really need a slower fuse timer, in my opinion. I could be way off here, but I've played 5 or 6 battles with this commander, and I really don't see any improvement at all compared to especially Azur Lane Montpellier. I still prefer that commander, like I said. Or I also like the commander in my previous video, Beepley, with a stealth radar build, where you can get the concealment down to 9.3 kilometers if you go all in, or if you just use one. Inspiration, you can get it down to 9.6, I believe. And once the radar radius is 9.9, that means that you can effectively radar destroyers as soon as you are spotted, which is really, really handy. And if you want to win games in this ship, I recommend the stealth radar build, because there's really no only a carrier can mess up your games, really. If it's just destroyers, you are going to win. So here I tried out the AP, and it worked well, but I was pretty much guaranteed citadels on that thing anyway, so I'm not going to put a lot of stock in Baltimore's special skill here. Like I said, on Alaska, I believe it works better. I seem to feel like I get more citadels when I should get more citadels, but on Des Moines, I don't think it's worth it. I think you should go for something else. That's why I go with Montpellier, and I just simply build for an anti-dispersion build. I think that works pretty well. Of course, also concealment. As you saw in the ship setup, I don't have rudder on the ship at all. I have propulsion and concealment, and that's, in my opinion, what you should go with on the ship. And I know that's what, well, actually Aaron runs rudder in slot 3, he told me today, which I was a bit surprised about. But and I think I can speak on behalf of all CCs when I say that yes, this ship is immensely powerful, and if you need a good carry ship, a ship that will get you more wins than probably any other cruiser at tier 7, perhaps except Minotaur, then yeah, definitely Des Moines is probably the best pick of the lot. And the damage output is also nasty. You can set some pretty crazy damage records here, as I'm sure Chili has already shown that like he hasn't hit 300k yet, but it won't be long. Give him another day or something, and I think he'll do it. if Aaron doesn't get there first. I know they have a little competition going, so that would be interesting to see. But I'm sticking to the more traditional builds here. I'm not going to do an agile build on the ship. I will do the agile build later, but I'm not going to recommend it as the pick for this ship here. I do recommend it for example, Minotaur, because, well, it just suits that ship perfectly. So here we have this Yamato here, and he is just pushing up on me. And I don't really want to give up this position here, because obviously that means giving up the cap. But I am pretty sure this Yami here, he's not going to stop. And without torpedoes, there really isn't much you can do against a battleship that is, you know, determined to get you. And so that's why I'm deciding, okay, I have to give up the cap. I'm not very fond of actually having to do that, but I don't really have a choice here at the moment. I'm just gonna reverse a bit and then hope I can get to attack that battleship from a different angle, because right there is just not gonna work out. If I move out, I'm gonna get citadeled and probably one shot. And although I'm very good at getting one shot in the ship here, I don't feel like doing it again on this video here. So like I said at the beginning, I'll drop 2 videos today with different commanders. So it'll give you a bit of a sneak peek at what I think would be a good commander choice for this ship here. And Scott, obviously, if you like the standard commanders, I always like to put a premium commander on my ships because I'm a snob. No, I just like the premium commanders, honestly. And Montpellier is my pick, and really, she's pretty much just a Scott with an extra special perk, and that's it. So Scott is just as fine, there's no problem there at all. If you have Scott leveled up, then use him. So during my little session today with Peak and Aaron, I also played around a little bit with the different reload mods and stuff like that, and I always end up popping on as much reload as I can on this ship here. I don't usually do that, but I think it suits the ship, and it also makes it less boring to play, because it is a Baltimore, and just a very, you know, fast firing Baltimore. But the more, you know, lead you can pump out of this ship, the more fun it is, really. And going down from, you know, 5.5 second reload stock to about 4 seconds that I have here, it makes a huge difference, because it's almost to the level of Minotaur, which means that you'll have more fun playing the ship with this faster reload here, because you don't have to wait so long. And obviously you're going to have better damage output as well, almost about 20% if we just look at the raw numbers, you know, because it's all situational, obviously. So just gonna suddenly see this Lonely Summers here, and I'm thinking, oh, what a poor guy, he needs a little bit of love. So we'll just swing around here. And another thing I forgot to mention is that I don't run the accuracy mod in the first slot on the ship. I run the turret traverse, because I think the turret traverse is abysmal in the ship here. It's really annoying, and with this perk here, it gives me like acceptable traverse. It's still not an agile cruiser by any means, but it's acceptable. I mean, it doesn't frustrate the bejesus out of me, but it's still not what I like. I mean, I would like to have Ingenious on this ship as well, to get like nearly 30% faster turret rotation down to about 23 seconds. I think it's about 30 at the moment, and it's just not fast enough for me. So I'm still being chased by this Yami here, and I am pretty sure that he's out to sink himself a Des Moines. So I'm going to go this other way around this island here. If that Yami hadn't been there, I would have just gone for C, capped that, and, you know, the victory would have been certain. But both the Yami and the Alabama look like they are just out to get me, and I just make it there. So that means that I'm safe for a little while here. And with the B cap taken, it's a pretty good situation at the moment. I don't have to rush or anything like that. So someone took out the Alaska over here, which is perfect. That means that the A cap is just free for the grabbing, so I'm going to take that instead of C-cap, so it all worked out beautifully here. So, should you research Des Moines in the Bureau? And the answer is absolutely yes. Except if you haven't researched Minotaur first, or if you don't have Minotaur, I suggest you research that one first, because it's a more unique ship with a more interesting playstyle, and it's just something different. I mean, if you play Baltimore, you have also played Des Moines, basically. But on the other hand, Minotaur is just very, very special and very different to play than any other cruiser in the game. I mean, like a real glass cannon. So it's more fun, in my opinion. So if you don't have Minotaur, I would prioritize that ship. If you do have Minotaur already and you're looking for a cruiser, then obviously go for Des Moines. It's probably the best pick in there for the majority of players, especially at Legendary tier, because it's kind of foolproof, really. You don't have to push yourself to, get into torp distances or anything like that, because you don't have torpedoes. And you cannot really get bullied by destroyers because you have a great radar. And you can't really, get pummeled by battleships unless you saw broadside, because you have 27mm bow armor, which is like adequate. Like, you will still get Citadel through the nose, but the ship is so skinny, and it's not really that much of a problem. So for, players want to play Legendary tier, get a good cruiser, absolutely. Des Moines is, the cruiser that's friendly to every player, basically. Like I said, personally, I think Minotaur is a lot more fun, but also the skill ceiling of Minotaur is much, much higher. You really have to play well in Minotaur to do well, while in Des Moines you can really just set up shop at the corner of an island and bring home 100,000 damage quite easily, all while bow tanking. And even if you get shot at, then the fast reload will ensure that you like I said, take home about 100,000 damage without doing anything other than that. So I mean, that's like, it's a foolproof ship, and it will make the average player happy. But if you want more, finesse, challenge, and soul, then I say go for Minotaur. But most players will be more than happy with Des Moines. So hopefully next update we'll get the French legendary cruiser, the Colbert, because I don't know why that one's taking so long. I mean, we got to test it around Christmas and we still haven't got it yet. And so I don't know what's going on there, but I sure hope we get it soon, because I would like to play. I would like to play that ship. It doesn't have radar. It's all about putting out damage, and it's fun. So again, the verdict is on Azur Lane Baltimore, that really that commander is pretty much only used for agile builds, to give you that extra edge. As a primary commander, I really think she only works well on Alaska, because, well, I said in the earlier part of the video that I think the overpens are more happening more often on Alaska, and I do think the lowered fuse time actually works on Alaska, and I'm not sure I feel any difference on Des Moines or Baltimore for that sake. I mean, the commander is called Azur Lane Baltimore, but I don't feel any difference. So with this video here, I've tried all the main builds you can pretty much do on Des Moines, and like I said, this is probably my least favorite of them. And Azur Lane Baltimore is pretty much a Scott build, just with different AP mechanics, but in the end those mechanics don't really do much. So I'm just going to see if I can get a cheeky kill here in the last 40 seconds of the battle, because I know there is a destroyer in here, and I just don't know if he's in the smoke or if he's outside the smoke. So he could be just around the corner here, and of course I know there's a battleship somewhere around here too, so I don't want to run into him. But we'll just sneak around here, and then because I'm just so lucky, he just pops out right here. And of course, that's a bit of a mistake. But it gives me my 4th kill here, and not that many citadels to show off the Azur Lane Baltimore commander completely. But trust me when I say that I don't feel any difference over the normal Scott build or Montpellier build or anything like that. So I don't think this girl is worth it. Only if you have her already maxed, obviously. If not, then don't worry about it. Go for Montpellier or Scott or Beepley instead. So anyway, that was Des Moines with a Azur Lane Baltimore AP build, and I'll see you out there.